Wednesdays. It is Science and Tech Wednesdays. Today we're looking at harnessing technology for growth in insurance, and we're looking at the ETAP case study. With us is Ibrahim Babalola. He's the founder and CEO of ETAP. He's going to tell us what ETAP is. We're going to talk insurance. We're going to talk tech. We're going to talk how people like his kind are disrupting the traditional finance field with some of these very, very interesting tech projects. So, Ibrahim, welcome. First of all, welcome to Ghana. Welcome to ZFM.
Hi, Jerry. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure. I heard that this is one of the most important business programs in Ghana.
Yeah, yesterday was yesterday we had to make sure that was noted. Yeah, so yes, it's a business conversation. That is why we're excited about having you. First of all, to get it clear, what is ETAP before we begin the conversation? ETAP, what is that?
On our side, we believe that ETAP is one of the most important things that has happened to insurance in Africa or the African insurance industry, right? ETAP for us is more than, just an organization or more than an idea. We believe that it's a revolution of moving insurance within Africa or within the African context into where we want it to be, a concept that becomes enjoyable, accessible, affordable, and flexible for customers. ETAP is an acronym for easy as taking a picture, right?
Easy as taking a picture.
Yes.
That's what ETAP means.
Yes, because fundamentally, we believe that insurance in Ghana should be as easy as taking a picture, right? You know how today we say, take a selfie, and it's very easy. It's like the simplest thing to do with your mobile phone. We think that the insurance experience should feel that way. Today insurance is almost seen as something that is very confusing, convoluted, something that you don't really understand. Matter of fact, you think that it's something that is for everybody else, but everybody else but you, because you don't really understand it. But I'm guessing at some point in this conversation,
we'll get into the nitty-gritties of it. So who is Babalola for him to believe he wants to disrupt the insurance industry in Africa? Who are you? What gives you the audacity to say you want to disrupt an industry that has been in existence for centuries?
So myself and our team, the working organization or the stakeholders, whether the board or the investors or shareholders or even just our customers, right? As a collective, we don't believe that we want to disrupt, rather we think that we want to unlock, right? Today, insurance penetration in Ghana is, it's like 2%.
Yes, under 2%.
Right, and when you look at a number of other, West African countries and even East African countries, it trends in the same direction. Only South Africa, where insurance penetration is almost 15%, is, a bit of
an outlier.
An outlier in that. So there's an opportunity for us to provide financial protection for our people, because that's fundamentally what it is, right? We're saying that at the point where we have all these domestic macroeconomic challenges, we need to create a buffer for our people, right? So that means that if you have a vehicle, right, we need to create a buffer such that if anything happens, right, it doesn't cause you any financial disdain or any financial impact to you. If you have a business and there's a loss in business, there's a buffer. If if you have a house and something goes wrong, there's a buffer. And all these things is to make sure that people have the financial protection that they deserve. As an industry, we don't think that we're there yet, right? There's a lot of things that are happening in the right direction, whether from the regulator being open to driving digital intervention within the industry, or even traditional insurance companies, now innovating faster than usual, right? And the emergence of insurance technology companies like ETAP that have now come in a potpourri of coming together to unlock the market. So it's not about audacity. It's more like a purpose. It's important that we do this, and unlock value for our people. Everywhere else, right? Everywhere else, the insurance industry is so big, right? Because they cover everybody, that they own banks, they own telecommunications companies. But on our side in West Africa, it's a little bit different, right? We're trying to change that, right? In collaboration with the NIC, with the good people at the Insurance Commission, in collaborations with collaborators like Hollard, right? Working together to change that. And I promise you, Jerry, we're about to really do something that is going to revolutionize the mobility insurance game in Ghana.
I mean, Hollard being my good friend, Nashiru Idrisus Hollard. Okay, he's just tall. He won't even come to the studios. I've been asking him to come around, and he's not coming. Nashiru, if you're listening to us. He's a big man. That's why he's a busy man. So that gives me a good idea of what you want to do. You want to unlock, not disrupt. That's a good differentiation there. So what is ETAP set up to do?
So on our side, we have reimagined insurance, reimagined mobility insurance.
First of all, explain to our listeners, what is mobility insurance?
So mobility, anything that your automobiles, anything that gets you from point A to point B, whether it's your car, whether it's your motorcycle, it's your tricycle, whether it's your truck, and if you're a big man like Jerry, whether it's your train,
Yeah. So long as it's mobile, you would insure it.
So as long as it gets you from point A to point B, while your guys. One of the things that we've done is to say that we think that your lifestyle should not fit your insurance. Your insurance should fit your lifestyle, right?
That's confusing. Please explain.
I'll break it down. Today, what are the options that you have in the market? So if you need to insure your car, you probably need to insure for the year.
Yeah.
Right. You need to insure for the year, pay your premiums for the year. Your claims, you have to go through a very long claims process, fill paper forms, etc. What we mean when we say that it should fit your lifestyle is, what if you don't need insurance for a year?
What if I will be in Ghana for like 6 months and travel for another 6 months?
Exactly. And we believe that products should start to fit your lifestyle. That is the mindset that we have, right? In terms of making things like coverage flexible. Maybe if you don't need a year, you shouldn't need a year. If you don't need more than a day, why do you need protection, or why do you need cover for more than a day? Do you understand?
If the car is going to be parked for greater part of the year, you don't think...
Or what if you're just taking a rental for a day? Right? What if you're just taking a rental for 2 months? Or what if you have a third-party insurance, right? And you're traveling from Accra to Takoradi, for example, and you say, you know what, I'm going to get comprehensive
for just 3 days.
Exactly. Right. Should we be able to do that? Certainly.
And the law allows that?
That's the thing. We've ETAP Hollard have worked together with the NIC to create this. That's what I'm saying. We're about to bring to the market, something that the market deserves. Beyond the flexibility of the coverage, and one of the things that we say that it should meet your lifestyle, we think that claims should be fast, right? And for the benefits of the listening public, what's a claim? A claim is something has happened to you, right? And the policy, which is the contract that you have with the insurance company, dictates that if something happens to your assets, your vehicle in this instance, this and this and this are what the insurance company will do for you, right? If you have a comprehensive cover, for example, they will get your car back to the condition that it was before. Typically, a lot of these processes today are very strenuous. Of course, they're strenuous also because there's, fraudulent claims that come. So the insurance companies want to make sure that they're able to, differentiate between a valid claim and a fraudulent claim. We think that we're able to use technology to make that process efficient, to make it fast, right? To make it lightning fast, right? And we've done that. We've done that when we launch in the Ghanaian market, right, with ETAP Holland. We're gonna have the fastest claims process in the country.
Ibrahim, how is this not disrupting the industry?
It's unlocking the industry. And there's even more.
If I'm heading towards Takoradi, like you use that example,
yeah,
what you're saying is, and I'm about to step out of my house and I realize that, you know what, although I have third party, I want comprehensive for this trip. You're saying that by the time I get to, if I even begin to, the car sets off and I'm sitting at the back, I'm not the one driving. You're saying that by the ETAP Holland, whatever you're talking about, by the time I get to Kaswa, I would have insured the car and comprehensive.
I'm going to say two things. First, Jerry wants you guys to know that he has a Tesla, so it's self-driving. That's why it's at the back.
No, I'm a driver. I'm not rich. I'm a driver.
Self-driving is robots that's driving this one. Yes. Secondly, yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
That's disruptive.
That's exactly the experience that we want to bring into the market.
Because the experience currently is that you have to go to an insurance guy, go to the office, go and give him your car documents, and then they insure it for you.
And you'll be able to do all this from your mobile phone. You'll be able to do all this from your mobile phone. And that's very, very important, right? In 90 seconds, you'll be able to get your policy.
That is the disruption. 90 seconds.
Well,
what happens to the guy who is sitting in the office waiting for me to come?
The guy that is sitting in the office now gets to use his time for more important things, like focusing on your customer experience, focusing on creating products that would fit into your lifestyle, thinking and saying, who is Jerry, right? What else can I do to make his life better? You know, rather than run up and down with paper forms that Jerry has brought to the office. I think that one of the things that's even more important is that today, right, the relationship between the insurance companies and the insured is such that if you don't get into an accident and you don't make a claim, it almost feels like you've given your money away.
Yeah, it does. You have given them your money for free.
but that's not, you know, maybe that's a way to think about it. Another way to think about it is that if something had happened, right, then you'd have gotten much more. However, one of the things that ETAP Holland have now also thought about is say the relationship between the insurer and the insured should not be once a year, right, when it's time to collect the premium. Is there a way that we can make the relationship an ongoing thing where there's a daily touch point? And yes, there is. And that's one of the things that we're also doing. What does this mean? We're saying that on an ongoing basis, when ETAP Holland comes into the market, on an ongoing basis, you'll be able, right? You'll be able to see your driving behavior using just the technology that is already sitting on your phone. What it means is you'll be able to see how you're accelerating, how you're turning, how you're braking. If you're texting and driving that you shouldn't do, of course you'll be penalized for that one, right? If you're cornering harshly,
who's gonna penalize me?
The application, right? We're collecting all that data and showing you, right? We're turning motion into context. So your driving data, now every time that you drive well, we're now going to give you safe driving points. This safe driving points is like currency. You can accumulate enough and go to Melcom and spend it.
Ibrahim, how are you not calling this a disruption?
Well, unlocking.
Nah.
So
it is a disruption.
So, no, because see, the way that we think.
So I'm going to drive well because I want to go and shop at Melcom. So I'll drive very, very well, accumulate safe driving points, then carry all and say, Melcom, I'm shopping based on my safe driving. Yeah. How is this not disrupting an insurance industry which, I mean, come on, guy.
Well,
you're just being I think it's just being nice, like using some grammar that is sounding good. Unlocking. It is disruptive.
So the thing with disruption is a lot of people use disruption, right? And disruption means that a group could be disrupted, right? It means that a group could be displaced. That is not the mentality that we have. we think that we're going to focus on customer experience, focus on making sure that we pay attention to customer centricity and give the customers the right experience and the right value that they deserve. And in doing that, we'll be able to create a template that the entire industry can then follow. So as opposed to disrupting the other players, we think that we're going to unlock the market, bring in people that may have had some sort of animosity towards insurance and insurance product because they didn't understand it, and two, they just couldn't get the most value out of it, right? Bring them into the insurance bracket and making sure that there are now products for them. At the beginning, we're going to hope that it's, ETAP Holler that they're going to subscribe to. However, the more that we unlock the market, the more there will be customers for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we would really, focus on unlocking and disrupting. But of course, because of the technology element of it, the straight line is to say disruption, right? But but the mindset that we have is that we're going to unlock the market.
I mean, are you not expecting any pushback from established industry players? New technology always gets a pushback. What are your expectations? Are they going to sit down, fold their arms, and then you come into the system and people drive well and they can go and shop and things?
Are we expecting a pushback?
Yes.
Pushback for
disrupting. For disrupting or for unlocking. Unlocking, nobody will push back and unlocking.
So thankfully, what everything that we're doing is backed by the NIC, right? Where ETAP Holler is regulated, right? By the Insurance Commission. Do we expect a pushback? Certainly not. We think that again that we're going to unlock the market and everybody would be happy, with the deepened penetration that we're going to achieve.
Maybe I should be more specific.
Thank you.
If I'm a broker, are you not taking my job?
No.
What job would a broker do in the world where ETAP has eaten everything up?
When ETAP Holler launches, and I think that maybe this is also the mindset that brokers should have. Think of this room right now, right? The studio. Today we have you, the presenter, the host of the show, a very solid show.
Thank you very much.
The DJ.
Yeah, DJ Pete Wade.
DJ Pete Wade, who's been giving us excellent music.
Exactly.
Right. The producer.
Yeah, Lois is here.
She's stunning. And we have 4 people in the studio with Ibrahim, of course. If we open that door and we're able to bring 40 more people into this room, right? It means that there's now 40 more people to interview, right? That is the mindset that we have. With the brokers, what we're going to do, or what ETAP Holler is going to do, is going to bring 40 more people into the room. And it means that Jerry cannot interview all the 40 at the same time, right? She may start to interview some.
And then DJ Pete Wade also does some.
DJ Pete Wade does some. And that is what's going to happen to the market when we unlock the market. When we move the penetration from sub 2% to 3% or 4% or 5%, it means that there is now a lot more insurable people to insure, and then brings even more business to the brokers. If anything, the brokers should essentially be pushing for this to happen, right? Because we're going to then create a behavioral shift, right, and a mindset shift, which means that as opposed to us focusing on corporate business and government business, we're now deepening the retail market that would create a lot more business even for the brokers. So these are excellent developments for the brokers, the agents, the insurance companies, and the Ghanaian insurance industry. ETAP Holler is a flagship product for the industry.
As I'm sitting, I'm thinking of how ZFM is actually going to ride on this. and make a lot of money from this. So my mind is rolling twice. That's why I'm looking at you without saying anything. Yeah, because all of a sudden you're saying the supermarkets that you're going to partner with are now going to be getting people coming in and saying, hey, I drove well last month. I got 10 points. What did he give me? He gives me a cupcake. You know,
exactly.
Yeah.
And beyond Malcolm, there's there's going to be a lot more rewards in the gift store that you can spend your safe driving points on. Even including things as exciting as going to the spa. Right,
drive well and you qualify to go to the spa.
Drive well and you can get a massage. Drive well and you can get a massage. Drive well, and you can get a cup of coffee. Drive well and you can get a cinema ticket. Drive well and you can get petrol.
This changes everything, and you're telling me it is just unlocking. Interesting. Behavioral change.
Absolutely.
That's what technology is doing. Okay, so now we have the case study. As someone who is, so you remember, I wanted to find out early that how did Babalola get into this? Because Ibrahim, you were sitting behind a machine, and are you the one coding? Which part are you playing in all of this? I want to know what kind of person wakes up and decides to shake an entire industry. Now we're not using disrupt or unlock, shake.
So the biggest organization that is maybe close to us in terms of what we're doing and how we're thinking about it is a company in America called Lemonade. Lemonade was founded by 3 people that were not insurance people. And I think that not being specifically from the industry allows you to be able to take a step back and look at things
from the outside in perspective.
Look at things a bit differently. And we believe that perhaps is what we have going on for us with ETAP, and then we have the deepened decades of experience and exceptional service delivery on the Hollard side, right? Bringing that advanced technology and customer centricity and merging it with deepened decades of excellent service delivery on the Hollard then forms, ETAP Hollard. On both sides, we have excellent people that are working there and coming together to build something that is revolutionary for the Ghanaian market. We have excellent teams that are working in underwriting, that are working in claims, that are working in product, that are working in engineering. I said that your producer was stunning. One of the senior engineers on our team, Oladap, was sent me a message and said, "Send proof." But we have what we do have is a dedicated team that is fully dedicated on making sure that the customer experience is at always a star. Always a star. I think that we're gonna we always focus on customer satisfaction, customer centricity, customer experience first. And then things like risk, profitability, don't come after. Because the way that we think about it is that if you have a collective of very satisfied customers that become evangelists, everything else, becomes easier.
Yeah, everything else. Marketing and all that becomes
easier. So on our side, right, we are also blessed to have, very excellent backers.
Very excellent finance,
very excellent backers that have supported our journey, including the Toyota Corporation out of Japan, Grab Ventures, excellent people on our board of directors as well that are supporting what we're trying to do. But we're very excited about this. We're excited about what it would do for the Ghanaian market. More importantly, we're excited at the kind of enjoyment, right, that Ghanaian drivers are about to start enjoying. Interestingly, I believe that our contribution to safer roads in Ghana, right, would now be something that maybe over the next 12 months we could potentially become the biggest non-government contributor to safer roads in Ghana, because now we're not saying that don't run through the red lights, or don't accelerate harshly, or don't undertake and don't do those things because you'll be penalized. We're saying don't do them. I can go and shop.
Don't do them. Go get a massage. Don't do them. Go get free fuel just for behaving well on the roads. We will all start doing that. How important, now beyond just the ETAP and the Hollard issue, how important do you see technology? Because you've traveled across wide. You've been to the West and you've been to Africa.
That's right.
Yeah, but you've been to Africa. How important do you see technology helping us bridge the gap between the West and the, what do they call us? They call us the underprivileged South, right?
The emerging economies.
The emerging economies.
Because we're emerging.
Okay.
At least that's what we call ourselves.
Yeah, we're emerging.
We're emerging. I'll tell you a story. So, in my family, there's a Christian side and a Muslim side.
Okay.
Right. So my great grandfather on the Muslim side, when they would go to, how Muslims have to go to Mecca for Hajj,
yeah.
Right? When he started to go to Hajj, it would be something that would take maybe 3 months to get there, right? They would go through the Sahel, ride on camels, etc., eventually get there. And maybe another 3 months to get back. So doing the pilgrimage used to be something that would be like a 6-month venture, right? When they come, there would be actual partying, right? Because of what
come safely.
Because of what they've gone through.
Yeah.
Right. Now it would take us 6 hours. now it will take us 6 hours to go from Accra to Jeddah, right? And we're able to do that with technology. That level of ease, right? And that level of ease is what technology does for everything that we do. Before, when you're preparing for your show, you will do research and research and research and research. Now you can go on ChatGPT and say,
what question should I ask Babalola?
Exactly. Act like the presenter of the of the business morning show on ZFM, right? Your guest is Ibrahim Babalola. He would be coming to speak about this. Your objective is to create 20 questions or create an interview, or even like a show, prepare the show. In 10 seconds, you have a full show. In 10 seconds, you have a full show. It might have taken you 3 days to prepare. Because you have to do research, you have to do etc., etc. That is what technology does. That's what technology does for us, right? In the 70s, if someone had said, Jerry, you can sit here and see what somebody in Takoradi is doing, you would say, maybe you're a jazz man. Now you go on your phone, go on your WhatsApp and call on video and see what somebody is doing. Those things that seem very little now because they're part of our daily lives, there are decades of leapfrogging that we've done because of technology, right? That is the impact that technology has in our lives. That is the impact that technology would continue to have in our lives. I'll give you a last example. Before, when you send rockets into space, right, NASA, they send them into space and they will come back in free fall.
Exactly.
They will come back in free fall, maybe land in the ocean, land in the desert, right? Now, Elon Musk
is catching them as they are returning.
Yes, they're landing on the same thing like a helipad. That's technology. That's innovation, right? And that's what we're going to do with insurance. Insurance in Africa maybe needs a couple years to catch up to what we've done with payments and banking. Mm-hmm. But with, interventions of products like ETAP Hollard, we'll be able to achieve much more than that and be able to leapfrog into this decade.
As you straddle between the advanced West and the emerging South,
mm-hmm.
what do you see as some of the challenges down here that we need to solve if this dream of we catching up or leapfrogging with technology has to, what are the challenges that you see, and what do we need to do about them?
I think there's some things that are cultural, right?
Okay.
There's some things that are cultural, just because of who we are, and some of the superstitions that we believe in, right? Jesus is my insurer. Bad things only happen to bad people, or or
Jesus is my insurer.
or I, let me not go and get insurance so that I'm not wishing bad on myself.
Hey,
Like
yeah,
something's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
happen, and things like that, right? So there's some sort of cultural change that is gonna happen, and that's one of the things that we're doing with the whole gamification. So we'll bring you some for other things that you might find enjoyable, not just the insurance. There's also the education part.
Okay.
Right. There's also the education part where sometimes we reject things that we don't understand.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes we reject things that we don't understand. I'll give you an example. My driver, Mr. Tosin, right? So I once said to him, would you get device insurance? He said, no, sir.
Straight up.
He said, no, sir.
He won't insure his phone. He won't insure.
5 minutes after, like, he just kept quiet. 5 minutes after, I said, Mr. T, if you could pay a small amount every month, and if your phone falls down and the screen breaks, a company would repair it for you for free. Would you pay that every month? I said, absolutely, sir. So don't realize that
It was his lack of education on device insurance.
because what does it mean, right? There's a lot of insurance jargons, right? There's a lot of insurance jargons where people in the industry, because you're interacting with those terminologies on a daily, assume that everybody else understands it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you say device insurance, he doesn't understand it, but he just knows that it's not for him.
It has.
He just knows that it's not for him. I don't understand it. The things that I understand and I want, I am aware of them. Right? This one, I don't understand it. And because I don't understand it, I know that I don't want it. Right? So in terms of like the education, there's also like that important bit. And making things like the other part where we say, like, it has to be flexible. It has to meet the lifestyle. Why is that important? Many products in the market today were designed for like my father's generation or my father's father's generation. Since the pandemic, there's been a 180 change in preference and behavior. Now, people would rather pay a little bit more for flexibility and convenience. Before, somebody would say, I would prefer to go to a restaurant and see what I want to order.
Yeah.
Now, the larger subset of the population would rather stay in the house and order for delivery, right? So there's also like that lifestyle change that is happening, right, since the pandemic, even in how we approach work, how we approach life, etc., etc. So designing things that would fit into that lifestyle is also important, and you have things like also creating products that would improve trust and perception.
Okay.
Right. And that's why the process of our claims and making it instant or near instant, right, is also important. How are we going to be able to do this? For the mobility insurance bit, for example, when ETAP Hollard launches, it will launch with a network of repair centers across the country.
Here we go with disruption. Here we go. And the guy calls it unlocking. Why are you going to get repair what?
A network of repair centers, such that if Jerry makes a claim today, right, we're in East Legon now.
Yeah.
You're making a claim and you're going to say, oh, something's happened to my car.
Somebody scratched my car.
Somebody scratched my car, right? I'm going to select a repair center that is in East Legon from this list.
Oh, okay.
And once I submit that claim, ETAP Hollard gets a notification. The repair center gets that notification that Jerry is coming to you. So someone from the repair center, when we launch, the repair center will call you and say, hello, Mr. Jerry, we received your claim from ETAP Holland. We would like to confirm when you'll be bringing your car, right? And you'll be able to go there.
The repair center is going to call me.
Yes,
I'm not going to go there and go and struggle and explain myself.
absolutely.
They already get a notification that I'm coming.
With all the information,
The kind of car, the scratch, everything.
everything.
And you say it's unlocking.
Unlock it.
Have you tried a claim on a vehicle insurance? Then you know this is not unlocking. This is totally good. So who qualifies to join this group? This repair centers. They want to screen proper.
Oh, absolutely. I was trying to understand the question. All our repair centers within the ETAP Holland network have been, properly screened, accredited, and onboarded. It means that you would have to understand the process, be able to operate on our level of customer centricity, right? Understand that quick turnaround is important, and things like that. It would also mean that, at the bare minimum, you have a smartphone that you can get some notifications and be able to contact customers. For us, even as we have a wide network of repair centers, we focused very much on quality rather than quantity, right? And it's not that we're just going to onboard every repair center that, comes to us and say they would like to be onboarded.
Okay.
However, if you are a mechanic, a panel beater, a painter, you have a workshop, in Ghana, and you think that you fit into some of these criteria,
You are good enough.
so if you believe that you're good enough, please reach out to us at ETAP Holland, and we'll be able to onboard you into the network. What this means also is that, of course, we're going to be creating business and revenue for you, right?
Yeah. It's 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Usually by this time I'll be wrapping up, but this conversation is getting too exciting. I'm going to steal a little more time. Don't worry, I won't go beyond my time. How far are we from this becoming a reality?
I think we're days away.
Oh, not years?
No, I think we're days away. Yeah, I think we're days away.
Whoa. So from this is not next and like a year's time agenda.
No, Jerry, I think we're days away. I think we're days away. I believe that this is happening in October. I think we're days away.
So you mean the repair centers have all been vetted? You have all these things.
We're days away. We're days away from the most powerful mobility insurance experience in Ghana. We are days away. So if you're listening to this in your car, in your truck, if you're like Jerry and you have a train or a Tesla, if you're listening to this in your tricycle, be excited. ETAP Holland is coming.
I don't even want to go there. About the disruption. Let me. So a guy has what do you call them? You give it some Indian name. This yellow things that runs around. Is it Abubuya? Where is it Abubuya? Pragya. Good. You call it Pragya. Mm-hmm. Bajaj or those. So this guy is doing his 1 or 2, and every time police are harassing a guy because he hasn't got insurance and all that, he's paying bribes here and there if he has to. What you're saying is that he doesn't need to pay bribes anymore.
You don't need to pay bribes
because the
anymore.
amount you use to sort the policeman out, you can actually use it to ensure if it will take you for
Probably
a
less.
3 day, 2 days or something.
Probably less. I see it in your eye. You're about to ask you're saying this is not disruption question. I don't think it is, right? I don't think it is. I think that we're going to unlock. And the good thing is, when ETAP Holland comes into the market, because we are like a data-driven organization, would even collect the data on how people are interacting with it to be able to even create additional benefits.
Okay.
So if you think that this is mind-blowing,
Yet to start.
yeah.
Why are we rolling this out? Ghana, is it going to be rolled out across the sub-region as well?
Yes, absolutely. This is, we're working with the Insurance Commission to make sure that this is nationwide.
Interesting. How do you've been around, you've seen Ghanaians and the way they behave. Is this your first time coming to Ghana?
No.
You're half Ghanaian.
Me, I'm half Ghanaian.
Yeah, you're half Ghanaian.
Me, I'm Ghan- I'll tell you something, right? And this is public information. If you Google it, my paternal grandmother, right, used to be referred to as Iagana. Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because she was a cross-country trader.
Okay, she used to come to Ghana a lot.
She actually spent more time here, right? So technically, I'm half Ghanaian.
You have
And
you
you know what I
Ghanaian
said? You know what I said about the jollof?
Yeah, I remember what you said yesterday at the conference that it's certified.
Certified.
Yeah, certified. We don't want to raise some eyebrows. Final words. We have just about a minute to go. Any final words on technology, on what we should expect, on what African youth, please, should expect?
We are on the cross of doing great things as a collective, as young people on the African continent, right? Now more than ever, we're closer to change things, whether change things in power, change things in business, change things in technology, change things in healthcare, right? Sometimes it may get tough, right? But we understand that nobody has given us the opportunity that we have as much as we have now, and it's important that we make the best, that we make the best out of it. I'm excited for what we're about to do with ETAP Hollard. I'm very excited to see how the market perception would also be changed as regards to insurance within the Ghanaian context, right? And I'll be looking forward to seeing your insurance policy, Jerry, once this launches.
His name is Ibrahim Babalula. He's the founder and CEO of ETAP, ETAP Hollard. ETAP, easy as taking a photo. That is what the acronym means. They are going to shake the country. He said it's not disruption, it is unlocking. Thank you so much for joining us. When are you leaving Ghana?
I'm here.
Okay, he's in town.
I'm here, Jerry. I'm here.
Great. When the launch happens and all that, we'll reach out to you and see how it's going. Thank you so much for joining us on ZFM. It's 5 minutes to the top of the hour. It's been a Science and Tech Wednesdays. Ibrahim Babalula, founder and CEO ETAP, and they're collaborating with Hollard. Great conversation, amazing product. People are sending messages. Let me just read just one message. Just one message on this conversation, and then we sign out. Somebody said, great revolution in insurance. You see,